Welcome back, my dear students. Hope that you are staying safe at your home. So situations are getting worse. So stay safe in your home and break the chain. Okay, in the previous class we have discussed about different types of mixtures, solutions, suspension, colloids. Okay, in this class we are going to discuss about separating the components of a mixture. Okay, how we can separate the components of a mixture. Mixtures are joined by combining components. Generally, the heterogeneous mixtures are that we can separate easily, because the components of heterogeneous mixtures are not mixed very well. Okay, so we can separate it using physical process such as hand picking, sieving or filtration. For example, if we take a mixture of sand, stone and rice, how we will separate the components? Yes, we will separate it by hand picking. We will separate the stone by hand picking. Or and in the case of mixture of sand and water, okay, sand solution, how we can separate it? Yes, we can sieve it or filtrate it using a sieve. Okay, so these are the methods to separate heterogeneous mixtures. Now we are going to discuss about different separating methods from which we cannot separate it easily. So separating the components of a mixture. We are going to separate the components of a ink, black or blue ink. Generally, an ink is formed by mixing two or more colors and water, isn't it? Yes. So first we are going to separate the components of a blue or black ink. First, take a beaker on a stand. Take some water and place a watch glass above the beaker and take some ink in it. Okay, and first we are going to burn the beaker. What happens after some time? The water gets boiled, and due to the heat of boiling, the ink from one component of ink get vaporized. Yes, what is it? Yes, water from the ink get vaporized, and what happens? Is there any residue present in it? Yes, after vaporizing the water, there will be a residue of ink. Okay, then this process of we find that ink is a mixture of a dye in water. Ink is a mixture of dye in water. So component water is get vaporized, and the ink is get remained in the watch glass itself. So this process is known as evaporation. So first process of separating the components of a mixture is evaporation. Okay, so this method is applicable only when the components are, one component is volatile and other component is non-volatile. What do you mean by volatile? Yes, the component that can be vaporized easily are known as volatile. That is, it can be only applicable on volatile and non-volatile components. It is only applicable on mixture of volatile and non-volatile components. One should be get volatile and another should be non-volatile. So one get vaporized and another will get remained in the dish itself. So this is the first process, evaporation. Then next, Next we are going to separate cream from a milk. Okay, cream from a milk. What is the method that we use to separate the cream from a milk? Yes, generally we use centrifugation. What is centrifugation? Centrifuging machines are there in your homes to separate cream from the milk. Centrifugation. Centrifuging machines are there in your home. Like generally there is, this is used to centrifuge the milk and the cream gets separated from the milk. You must have seen it either in films or from your homes, isn't it? Yes. So you can do it from your home. Centrifuging machines are not available in the schools. So the cream from the milk is separated using centrifugation. Okay, centrifugation. Sometimes the what do you observe on the churning the milk? On churning the milk, yes, the cream get separated. Explain how the separation of cream from the milk take place. The solid particles in this liquids are very small and it pass through a filter paper, hence it cannot be filtered. So when we have to separate the cream, we can't filter it to get cream because the small particle get passed through the holes of the filter paper. So the technique cannot be used for its separation. So we use centrifugation. Such mixtures are separated by centrifugation. The principle is that the denser particles are forced to the bottom and the lighter particles stay at the top when spun rapidly. It works on the principle that it is applicable only when the one component of the mixture is lighter and another will be denser. This method is only applicable on when the one component is lighter and another will be denser. On centrifugation, the lighter component will stay at the top and the denser component comes down. Hence we can separate the components. And its application, it has several applications. The centrifugation is used in diagnostic laboratories for blood and urine test. It is used in blood and urine test, and it is used in dairies and home to separate butter from cream. We use centrifugation method to separate butter from cream, and also used in washing machines to squeeze out water from wet clothes. To separate the water from the wet clothes, centrifugation is used in the machines also, washing machines also. Okay, then next we are going to separate a mixture of two immiscible liquid. What do you mean by immiscible? Immiscible means the liquid that did not get miscible by each other, that it does not mix each other or it does not dissolve each other. That liquids are called immiscible liquid. തമ്മിൽ ചേരാത്ത തമ്മിൽ കൂട്ടിക്കലരാത്ത ലിക്വിഡ്സിനെയാണ് ഇമ്മിസിബിൾ ലിക്വിഡ്സ് എന്ന് പറയാം. സോ ഫോർ സെപ്പറേറ്റിംഗ് ഇമ്മിസിബിൾ ലിക്വിഡ്സ് വി യൂസ് separating funnel. So that is the third process, using separating funnel. Okay, using of separating funnel. How we will separate the components of mixture? First, when we here the picture of the separating funnel is given in your textbook. we will pour the mixture of kerosene oil and water in a separating funnel. So let us find out how this kerosene and water will separate. When we add kerosene and water together, what happens? The water will stay under and kerosene will be above the water. Why? Because the density of kerosene is lesser than the water. Water is higher denser. So water will stay under and the kerosene will stay above the water. How we can separate the water? Yes, we are going to open the cork. What happens? The water will flows through it and we will collect the water using a dish or a beaker. So water will flows out and the level of water is here. When the level of water reaches here, we will close the cork and what happens? The kerosene will remain in the separating funnel and how we can separate the water from the kerosene. This is how we can separate using separating funnel. We can this method is only applicable on to immiscible liquids. It is only if it is a miscible liquid, it is mixed together, we can't use this process. So it is applicable in immiscible liquids. Okay, immiscible liquids. Then it has several applications. What are the applications? To separate mixture of oil and water. When the oil and water get mixed together, we can separate the oil and water by this method. And also in the extraction of iron from its ore, it is using the extraction process of ore. The lighter slag is removed from the top by the method to leave the molten iron at the bottom in the furnace. In the furnace, the molten iron will stay under and the slag will be on the top of the slag and it is get separated using a separating cork. Okay, the principle is that immiscible liquids separate out in layers depending upon their densities. So it is applicable on immiscible liquids which have different densities. Then next we are going to check how we can separate a mixture of salt and ammonium chloride. Salt and ammonium chloride, both of them are solid or are in solid state. When we have a mixture of both salt and ammonium chloride, how we can separate it? Both are in same color. Then how we can separate it? Yes, sublimation is the process that we use to separate these two salt. So the fourth process is sublimation. Sublimation is used to separate this salt. In the case of this mixture, one is sublimable and another is non-sublimable. Sublimable means the solid directly change. We can change the solid directly into vapor. The salt cannot be converted into vapor directly from the solid state. But in the case of ammonium chloride, we can change ammonium chloride directly into vapor state. So take the mixture in a watch glass and close it with a funnel, and a cotton is fixed at the end of the funnel, and on heating the watch glass, what happened? The ammonium chloride will vaporizes and stick on the funnel, and we get salt in the china dish itself. Okay, this process is called the sublimation process, and it is used some examples of solid which sublime are ammonium chloride, Then camphor, karpuram, camphor, naphthalene, anthracene, etc. are the solids which sublime. So it is applicable on sublimable volatile component and non-sublimable impurity. This process is only applicable on sublimable and non-sublimable components. Okay. Next, we are going to separate. Is the dye in black ink a single color? I have already said that ink is a mixture of water and dye. This dye is again a mixture of different colors. Different colors are added to form a dye in black or blue. So how we can separate different colors in a dye? The thing that we have to do is take a filter paper and make a line on it using a pencil and drop a spot of ink on it and dip this in a beaker containing water and dip in a manner like this. The ink spot should be above the water level. What happens after some time? Yes, through the filter paper there are holes in filter paper, so the water will rises through the filter paper. Along with the water, the colors of the dye will rises up. Along with the water, the colors of the different colors of the dyes rises up. Depending upon the solubility of colors, different colors will be seen on the different area. So if one color is highly soluble in water, it will be on the higher position, and the next color will be depending upon the solubility of colors, we can see different colors on the filter paper. This process is called chromatography. What is chromatography? The ink we use has water as a solvent and the dye is soluble in it. As the water rises on the filter paper, it takes along with the dye particles. Usually a dye is a mixture of two or more colors. Then the colored components that is more soluble in water rises faster, and in this way the colors get separated. Okay, different colors are different solubility. The color which have high solubility will rises faster, and the color which have lesser solubility than that color will be below that, and next color will be below that. So we can separate the colors. This process of separation of components of a mixture is known as chromatography. Chroma in Greek means color. This technique was first used to do separation of colors, hence it is called a chromatography, and this technique is used for the separation of those solute that dissolves in the same solvent. Okay, this process is applicable on solute that dissolves in the same solvent, okay, in different rates. Its applications are colors, to separate colors in a dye, the pigments from natural colors, and to separate drugs from blood. The drugs that is dissolved in the blood can be separated using chromatography. Then how we can separate a mixture of two miscible liquids? Okay, how we can separate two miscible liquids? For separating two immiscible liquid, we have chosen separating funnel. Then in the case of two miscible liquid, what we use? Yes, distillation process is used for separating two miscible liquids. Distillation is a process that we use to separate how we can separate the components of a mixture of two miscible liquids. Yes, here is a picture given in your textbook. Observe that. Yes, here is a thermometer is fixed with a flask. Distillation flask is given, and what happens? Mixture of, here the example is taken is mixture of acetone and water. They are miscible liquids. So mixture of acetone and water is taken in a distillation flask which is fixed with a thermometer, and the gas from the distillation flask is passed through a cooling condenser. So this is the distillation flask. Here is a thermometer, and the gas from it is passed to a cool water is added through this, and it is taken out through this. When we pass water above this tube, the gas in the tube get cooled and it will changes to liquid. So we can get liquid here. And what gas is passed through here? On boiling, water plus acetone mixture, which will boil faster. Yes, water has high boiling point, but acetone has lower boiling point than water. So the acetone will boil first than water, and the acetone will go pass through it, and on adding water it will condense into liquid, and we can take it from here. After that the water get boiled. So we can separate acetone and water depending upon their boiling point. We can separate based on the boiling point. This process is called distillation. Okay. To separate two or more miscible liquid for which a difference in boiling point is less than 25 K, we can use fractional distillation process. Here the boiling point of water and acetone has more distance or more difference. So when the difference is less than 25 Kelvin, we can choose fractional distillation process. For example, the separation of a gases from air, different fractions from petroleum products, etc. The apparatus is similar to that for simple distillation is used for separating, except that fractional column is fitted in between the distillation flask and the condenser. It is also, fractional distillation is also like distillation, but extra fitting is there. That is, a fractional column is, fractionating column is fixed in the flask. So a simple fractionating column is a tube packed with a glass beads. It is with a glass beads. The beads provide surface for the vapors to cool and condense repeatedly, and hence the different components can be separated. So these are the different methods. We can discuss more methods in the next class. So let's conclude. Different separating methods for separating components of mixture: evaporation, it is applicable on volatile and non-volatile components, and centrifugation, it is applicable on lighter and denser. If there is the components are lighter and one component is denser, we can apply centrifugation. And for immiscible liquids we use separating funnel, and for solid substance we use sublimation. If one component is sublimable and another is non-sublimable, we use sublimation process. And chromatography, it is used to separate the different colors components, and distillation, it is used for miscible liquids. Okay, let's find out. Hope that you understood everything. Okay, let's meet in another class. Okay, bye.